So I'm having some work done tomorrow in my garage, and I wanted to show you a little bit of what it looked like now before I start making a bunch of changes. I'm having some wiring done, a bunch more lights put in. I'm going to walk you around and show you how it looks right now so that we can compare later after I start to build some more things. This is the view as you walk out of the house into my garage shop. It's a two-car garage. Basically 26 feet wide and about 25 deep. You can see back here how dark it is. I'm not adjusting the light so that you can see. Back here by the garage door, it's so dark. There's only these two lights up front. You can see the wood rack I made that Jay Bates made out of the conduit pipes sticking out. This holds a ton of wood. My bandsaw is sitting over here currently. Then this here is my 6-inch jointer. I use that thing a lot. No dust collection right now, so it spits shavings everywhere. I'm wiring this enough so that I can get dust collection in the future. Made a little vacuum cart here to hold my vacuum and cyclone. That way, it was such a pain to do separately, and I've really enjoyed it being all in one. Just rolls really nicely on some casters I already had. Then got this chop saw, this miter saw, and I just built a cheap stand, including the nice casters on it. Locking casters probably cost me 30 bucks, $32, something like that. I've got it bolted down here, so it's not going anywhere. Nice and steady. I can roll it around if I need to. It's got a little bit of storage. I'll probably utilize that more. And then I built a really cheap planer cart out of just a couple 2x4s and some scrap wood I had. This uses that method to where the front here is just on a stand, and then it has two non-swivel wheels there. So you can basically lift it on this end, move it around kind of like a cart or a wheelbarrow, and then set it back down. And then I've got a floor drill press here. I've got everything on with mobile capability. It's a Shopfox mobile cart that you just add plywood to, and you step on those things and you can wheel that around. That's pretty nice. So everything's mobile. The jointer has a mobile base, and then my table saw is kind of out here in the middle at the time, for the time being. It has a mobile base that pops up and wheels around. And I've got my crosscut sled on there right now that I built. And this is my big workbench. I've been doing some sanding, but it's on big double locking casters. And I really like these casters. They've been good. They keep everything steady. This was actually built after a model of Shop Built's. It's a workbench that he did that's a roll around. It's kind of a mortise and tenon, but you create the mortise and tenons from cutting up multiple pieces of plywood and then laminating them together. You can see one of them comes through there. And this was over a year and a half ago. I didn't even try to scrape much of the glue off, you can see. But it's been really useful. I probably need to build some more workbenches or that type of thing for the future, because I seem to always be needing that surface, and it's always full of something because I'm always using it. And let me turn on a little bit more light. I've got, you can hardly see it because it's so dark in this corner of the shop. I've got a bunch of clamp racks, just your standard clamp racks, built to hold a bunch of these little 6-inch clamps, and I've got some big pipe clamps, spots for drills, glue, anything like that. Then in here I've got more storage for lawn type stuff. I threw up some quick shelves, but as you know, probably with shelves, they just get stuff stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked on them. So they're holding a lot right now. I'd really like to reorganize this room. I did pegboard right here, but I'm not a big fan of pegboard, so I'm probably gonna redo that. And I don't know if I'll do a tool wall in here. Once I get everything done in the actual garage, I'll probably put a tool wall either over there, maybe on that wall somewhere. Last night I got all the tools stacked up in the center of the garage. Got everything pulled away from the walls. so the electrician can get going. He's here bright and early, putting in my panel. By the end of today, it'll be a different looking room. I have 130 feet of this large aluminum service wire that I'm going to save some money and time myself and take up into the attic and run across the house so that we can attach this sub panel. All right, I'm in the attic. I'm about to run some of this service wire. It's pretty heavy stuff. I don't know what this 130 feet spool weighs, but it's pretty heavy. But I'm gonna do my best to just kind of leave it over this way enough that I can run the rest of it back behind me through the rafters and everything. Whew. Got that run. Whew. I've had my workout for the day. Man, squatting in some of those rafters was not easy. So they've already started putting it through here. This is where I just fed that wire through. They cut a hole in the soffit, and now we've brought it back down with some exterior PVC into this box, my outside box. And they've already stripped the wire and ready to hook it up. So these guys are working fast. Hey, quick interruption. If you don't know about the channel Hampton Rutland, that guy is doing some cool stuff over there. He bought an island, he's renovating a house on the island, and he's detailing the whole thing along with other projects. So go over there, check him out, subscribe to his channel. It's pretty awesome. And he's kind of local to me. I don't know him. I'm in Mississippi, he's in Louisiana, so I guess we're neighbors. But he's doing some really cool stuff over there, so go and check it out. These new lights are fantastic. I used to just have 2 at the front of the shop, and now I have 4 on each side with 2 bulbs in each. These are T8 housings, and I use the LED retrofit bulbs, and I couldn't be more pleased. They don't get hot. They put out a ton of light. They weren't expensive actually, and you can see that everything, there just aren't even any shadows. The shop's kind of a wreck. I haven't figured out how I want to arrange things. You can see how the electrician did 2 different lines of the 220 and the 120, and each quad box is its own circuit. Eventually I'll get the layout figured out, and I will constantly be working on that, but for now I just haven't figured that out. Thanks for watching and following along. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions of things I ought to do as I'm improving the shop. And I'm going to constantly be working on this shop, and hopefully you'll follow along to see other things that I do.